Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? Hope things are going good mentally and physically. So, today I'm going to talk about forgiveness. Forgive yourself. When I first heard about forgiving myself, I quite didn't get what it means. I understand the words, but the truth, the deep, the center of the meaning, the core of the actual meaning wasn't really there for me. But I think when you accept who you are as is, including good and bad, you feel sometimes terrible towards people because you envy them, or because they're so fortunate compared to you, or they're always lucky, or they have more money, they have better job, they have better conditions of their family and help from the others. All that makes you feel so small or down, or when you compare yourself to the others and you feel so inferior. It's all on the inside, but that feeling that's coming out of that is really bad and negative and heavy. And when you carry that for so long in yourself, it really makes your life tough because you're not letting that go. You're carrying extra weight with you. You have so much to do in your life. You need to carry your roles. It could be a mother, could be a wife, or as a professional job, and you want to be yourself too. And there's so much emergency happens too. So your day, you planned your day, but a lot of the times it doesn't go along your plan, and you get overwhelmed and it gets so full. Your mind gets so tired and physically tired, and you didn't get things done in your list gets longer every day, so it's a kind of chaotic, and the relationship, maybe it's not going well, and you really feel like you're not fitting in, or you always wonder what my future would hold. Like, should I stay on this job, or should I change it, or I lost my job, and all those things. And you have so many different feelings towards the event and the things in the past. Something did terrible things to you and you hurt, and you carry that feeling because you're entitled to carry that feeling because other people hurt you, or did something to make your life miserable, because their life is miserable, so you feel it and you get angry at them. All those things, including good and bad, you accept as is who you are. And your motivation is really bad. You can't really follow through what you planned for, or like tiny things to bigger scale in your life, or you say something that hurt other people because you're so frustrated, and you were so regretful later, but you couldn't really make it up, and the relationship kind of fall apart, or things you've done that you felt really, really bad. Those things, everything including, and you accept as is. And this acceptance is the key, that you do that for yourself. And when you do that, it creates the room to really appreciate what others must be feeling, meaning that you understand what other people is looking from their point of view. When you're so full of yourself and you don't accept what it is or who you are, you're just looking at the world from your side of the world only. So whatever you feel, it's always a one-way street. But when you accept yourself, when you forgive yourself, including good and bad, all of a sudden you start to see what other people are seeing in the world, because you have more room to accept other things. And when you forgive yourself, you feel like even though you're holding the anger for, say, a few years or maybe longer, 10 or 20 years, you feel like, oh, I felt this feelings, and it's really heavy and I didn't like it, and I think I've gone through enough suffering, and that's it, I'm done, I'm moving on, I forgive the other person. That's okay. They have their viewpoints of their life, and they're bringing their background, or they're bringing must cause something to feel that way, or you just have more of empathy for the other person when you forgive yourself. And then you feel like, okay, I'm done with this feeling. I've gone through, suffering for so many years, and I'm done with it. So you can move on. And when you forgive yourself, it really releases you from that heaviness of the chain that kind of anchors to the center of the earth. Like it's so heavy, and it's gloomy, and it just pulls you down all the time, or from time to time when you want to do something, because you're carrying that heaviness in you. So when you get released from that, you feel so light, so free from your heart, and you see yourself in a different viewpoint, and you're still progressing. You still have things that not satisfied with, but that's okay. That's the process. And when you really forgive yourself, including everything you've done, good and bad, it really lifts you from that heaviness, and it makes more room for empathy and for the others who might have done something bad to you, and you can just let go. So this letting go happens when you forgive yourself. When you're holding on to it, it really makes your life so tough and hard to live, and you have this anger or frustration and those negative feelings just boiling inside of you that comes up from time to time, and the life doesn't move the way you want because of that heaviness that's holding you down. So letting those go by forgiving yourself, good and bad, and that means that accepting what it is as is, and you move on with what you like to do with your life. So forgiveness for yourself, and that when you do that, and you have the room to forgive the others too, and you can just move on. You get to the point where I've done it, experienced it, and that was awful, and that's it, I'm not doing that anymore. So you can just forgive everything and move on. And that practice is really good to do, and it comes up from time to time. So you just do that, like you just accept what it is, accept who you are, good and bad, and that will make your life much easier and healthier, and you can really see yourself in a different view, and your expression will change because you're much lighter, and that would help your soul and your spirit as well. So see you soon. Bye bye.